What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon, and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about the second book in the Grisha Trilogy, Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. I will start off by saying that I do know where the shipping pair is going, so this isn't necessarily strictly spoiler-free, but I also do not know necessarily where everything is going, but I do know that the final choices that Elena are going to make me very angry. I will also say right off the bat, I still really don't recommend this series. Like, I just really do not recommend the experience, especially as somebody who likes the villainship, as somebody who likes to explore that dynamic. I believe that nobody in fiction is beyond redemption, and it's very clear that Leigh Bardugo does not think that way, and it's very frustrating. It makes these books really difficult to read, and honestly, the only thing that kept me going with Siege and Storm was that I really liked the introduction of a new character. So when we left off with Shadow and Bone, everything had gone wrong. Elena was coming into her power, but then the Darkling turned out to be evil, which, whatever. He's trying to take over the world, he's trying to expand the fold. They escaped, they thought the Darkling might have died, but he didn't die. So Mal and Elena are on the run, they have gone off to another country, they're in hiding, and Elena is basically back to square one. She's hiding her power again, and it's making her very sickly again. And her and Mal are just trying to carve out this normal life. Very quickly, the Darkling finds them. He brings her back. He's trying to find another amplifier for her. That all happens at the very beginning of this book. And then from then on, it's basically Elena and a new character named Nikolai versus the Darkling, and them trying to shore up these forces and get ready for a big war that could break out between these two. Now, what I liked about the story was Nikolai. I really liked that character. It was a very, very strong introduction, and he was just a really cool character in general. He is the youngest prince. He's not in line for the throne. He might be a bastard, so his bloodline is in question, and he just wants what's best for the country, and he's trying so hard. He's also a showman. He knows how to, work a crowd, work an audience. I thought he was a really, really good foil to put with Elena, because Elena is very stubborn. She takes things at face value. She is very hard. She doesn't really know how to work with people. So to have Nikolai to kind of balance that out, I thought they created a really, really good dynamic. And it is teased a little bit. I know that he's never actually a love interest in question for her, but that would have been a really interesting pairing. There is this option of a political marriage kind of thing, which I'm very into, and I think it would have been a cool way to take the narrative. Of course, it doesn't go that way because Elena only has eyes for Mal, which is very frustrating. That's where the real frustration came in with this book. I would say one of the big problems with Siege and Storm is that it is kind of boring. A lot of this book is traveling and just gathering forces and kind of moving people around, which a lot of second books tend to do. I will say that it was better than Shadow and Bone and that I felt the plot fit together a little bit more nicely, even though the pacing did kind of take a dive there. But the real thing that got me here was Mal's character. I can't stand him. I don't understand why Elena has this appeal to him. I don't understand why we're supposed to sympathize with him. I don't understand why we're supposed to like him, because he is an obstacle. He is an obstacle for Elena. He doesn't want this all-powerful sun summoner. He just wants the little girl that was hidden away from the world who nobody noticed. And I understand that he's there to be that home for her, and to show that she can still be that girl that she always was. She doesn't have to transform entirely into whatever this new thing is. But he has such negative reactions to her power and to her possibly becoming the queen and controlling all of these Grisha and her being the sun summoner. He just reacts so negatively to it and digs his heels in and I don't belong here, and yet I'm staying here. And every time he would bring up maybe I should just leave, I don't belong here, I'm good, you need to leave. And it's revealed that in the first book, the Darkling was purposefully not sending her letters to him because she needed to get over him. And I agree. He is completely just causing all kinds of problems. And I feel if he wasn't there, then so many things would go differently. And I feel things would work out a lot better, because obviously, once again, everything goes to shit. And I do feel if Mal wasn't there, if he was an obstacle that Elena overcame, maybe things would be going differently. Overall, I am giving this book a B+. I think it was better than Shadow and Bone, like I said, in that I felt the plot fit together a lot better. I felt like things had more consequences. It felt like Olenna was more of like an active participant in the story than just being told things and like, oh, the Darkling's suddenly evil, whatever. Like, things actually felt like it made sense in this book. And like, Nikolai just came out of nowhere. It feels like he was injected in from like another book. He's so well written. I loved his personality. I loved his character. I want his story. I wish these books were about him, because I just really, really enjoyed that. Going into the next book, like, I know ultimately the choice that Olenna is going to make, but I am still kind of interested to see like how it's going to round out. I don't recommend this series. I have heard a lot of good things about Six of Crows, which I am planning on reading. I have it on Audible, and I'm excited about that. And like, here's the thing. Apparently you can't read those without reading at least some of the Grisha trilogy, because it just like makes more sense that way. And I can't stand that. I feel like unless it is part specifically of a series, you should be able to jump in at any point. Like, I was able to jump in on Cassandra Clare's other books, or, you know, Stephanie Garber is writing books that are going to take place in her universe but outside of the story, and like, she said you can jump in on that. So it irritates me that you have to like overcome this hurdle apparently in order to get to the good stuff. But I will say that the one thing that the series has done is made me more excited for that, because I do like the world. I do like the magic system. I want to spend more time in it. I just want to get away from these characters that I find so frustrating. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.